Welcome back to Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Evie
Hello.
and Nicole,
Hello.
and we're savoring the moment with Jay Felger and team in Avenger 2.0. This is a previously on setting us up for our new adventure.
Such a good
Yes.
moment.
So you obviously just introduced this as 2.0, but on the DVD commentary, director Martin Wood says Avenger 2.0. So it probably just depends on where you're from.
I don't know anyone who says 2.0 in anything, but good to
Zero point
know.
module. Yeah.
I'm the phrase 2.0. So yeah,
Oh.
it's
Oh
obvious.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lunacy.
Yeah.
An
Yeah.
O point
Yeah.
module. Come on.
An O point module.
Imagine.
Yes. Yes. So I think it's worth noting that Patrick McKenna, he had to adjust his approach for this episode. So he arrived on set expecting to be reunited with John Billingsley, only to
Oh.
discover he was actually flying solo. So he
Yes,
kind of shifted
and with
from
Chloe.
a buddy comedy, yes, to this more character-focused story centered on his interactions with Sam. But despite this dynamic, or despite missing that dynamic, Patrick did later share that working closely with Amanda was an incredible experience. And this is Jocelyn Lowen or Lewin playing Felga's assistant, Dr. Chloe Angstrom. I always thought it was Armstrong, but it's Angstrom.
Yeah.
Her character name is actually quite fitting because an angstrom is actually a unit of measurement equal to 1/10 billionth of a meter, named after a Swedish physicist.
One
I
ten
thought that was
billionth of a
interesting.
meter. That's interesting. So how
Yes.
many angstroms are between Earth and the Moon?
I have absolutely no idea. Uh, and I think while this is a small role, she's primarily known for her voice acting work, which makes sense because she's got a very cute voice,
Yeah.
and she features particularly in animation. And she's voiced multiple characters across 98 episodes of a TV show called Littlest Pet Shop, which actually also featured Michael Copsa from he was General Kerrigan.
Ah.
Okay, very good. For the record, the moon is 3.84 to 10 to the 22nd angstroms away from the Earth.
Lord.
Oh, gosh.
Put that in the next trivia.
So photon torpedo, Star Trek reference.
It doesn't
Yeah.
look like a
And
torpedo launcher, but okay.
no, it doesn't. And Jack just called him Folger, which is actually a popular coffee brand. But it kind of seems oddly appropriate for someone with his like jittery overenthusiasm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I get my cup of Folger from McDonald's, which is apparently, Evie, a popular fast food restaurant, too. So
Oh, I didn't know that. What do they sell?
I don't know, Evie. What does Folger sell? Come on.
Okay, so I was reading. I love how she's hiding behind Jack, but
Right.
apparently that
Yeah.
was not scripted,
Oh.
or some of it wasn't scripted. So according to the production notes for this episode, the sparks were actually an unexpected malfunction during filming, and I think it means these sparks here.
Oh, so they
Uh,
it just
so
kept
her
on going. Okay.
her reaction is quite natural, jumping behind
Oh. Yeah,
RDA.
she touched him. I love it. I love the way that RDA just doesn't even care, though. He's sitting there like just annoyed. He just doesn't
He's
care.
pretty chill,
He's
yeah.
threatened by far worse.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he
He's so
literally
numb.
worked on MacGyver, so
Yeah.
No,
there would have been all
I mean
sorts of.
Jack himself.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that too. That
well, that's
too.
the thing. RDA himself is not even phased. That's the thing that's interesting. So
Yeah, that's funny.
good for him.
So I believe that the writing team experimented with numerous potential titles for this episode before settling on Avenger 2.0. I think the other candidates were System Crash and Twilight of Nevermore, which sounds
What?
very
Wow,
dramatic.
that's very fantasy.
It
That's
is.
up there.
Well,
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't have associated it with this episode at all, so I don't know what the meaning behind it is. But anyway, David, I think you noted in your interview with Patrick that Avenger 2.0 kind of functions like a Stargate at the office episode.
Yeah.
It's sort of a workplace drama where one employee's mistake affects everybody. Sort
The
of
whole
in
operation.
contrast to
Yeah.
the fish out of water comedy that the other guys was.
Right,
And I
exactly.
believe this was intentional, as the writers wanted to craft a scenario with much higher stakes for Felga.
The thing that I love about this episode is it finally addresses the correlative update problem that we've always wondered. If the
Yes.
stars are floating further and further apart, how do the DHDs, how do the Stargates continue to talk to each other if their literal positions in space are changing? If the constellations are
true.
just representations of where they should be? And what we find out is that the Stargates and the DHDs talk to each other. They occasionally connect to one another over subspace to relay their most current information, and they just do this by themselves. And it's kind of like probably a quarter of the audience is like, I don't care, and the rest is like, ooh, tell me more.
I think it's
I love it.
interesting,
Yeah,
and
I
I
think it's
love
cool.
that they've expanded on that science. I was going to say as well that in the background there is Evil Kenny, the props master. So
Kenny.
we
Ah, it's
actually
Kenny.
missed a bit of a detail there with the impressive tracking shot as they were walking into the briefing room. And I think in one of your interviews with Martin Wood, he revealed sort of a behind the scenes secret. It was filmed as one continuous shot moving through the control room.
Wow.
And into the briefing room, and the B camera operator, Nathaniel Massey, was walking backwards up the through the area.
Oh, sorry,
And
I
think
blew
the
it.
real no, it's all right. The real movie magic happened with the briefing room table. That's
Yes.
where Martin had the carpentry team literally cut the table in half and install latches on it. So when the camera passes through the middle of the table and then turns around, Evil Kenny was in the background dressed as an airman, and he pushed the table halves back together
Amazing.
and latched them back together mid-shot. And it's sort of an impossible camera move that looks seamless on the screen, but
So
required
cool.
a lot of stagecraft to pull it off. And I
Yeah.
think Martin even said that the table, the boardroom table, actually got a bit of a second life on the TV series When Calls the Heart.
Oh wow! PropWorks sold it.
Yes.
So in 2010, I sold that table, and it did have the latches on it, and I always assumed it was in two pieces. And only after talking to Martin did we find out, no, he
That's
did
a
that
cool
himself.
detail.
So
I also love the little computer printed signs pointing to Felger's office,
Yeah.
like
Stay away.
haphazardly like taped to the wall. It's sort of like a perfect little visual representation of his yearning to be acknowledged and appreciated by his heroes.
this
It's
is
really
my
cute.
favorite beat in the entire episode. Where did I go?
Yeah.
That's really good.
Oh,
50 cal machine gun.
you'll notice as well that Daniel and Tilk's presence is notably minimal in this episode. Christopher Judge appears in just 3 scenes, and he only has 2 lines of dialogue, and Michael Shanks only makes 2 brief appearances.
Chris
Do we
is
know
getting
why?
ready for Birthright in the next episode.
He probably
He's
was.
prepping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael, I don't know. He's just probably being lazy. Look at how good George or Don looks standing there. Look at that tall drink of water.
Yes, he looks
Damn
very
sexy man.
He looks
He's
like an
got, like the
Oscar.
best
His-
posture.
Yeah, because the costume posture's so good, and his legs are like nice and tightly put together.
Yes.
He could. No one else could have been Hammond, and you know
No.
they had Don in mind from day one. The only people who didn't have that right were the people who did the illustrations for the concept art. He did not look like Don
Is this
in
like
those.
a little security issue? This like making little Stargate models and stuff. Would it be considered a
I
problem?
don't know about that, but I do know that this was filmed at the Accent Inn across from Bridge Studios. And with the diorama, I think there's sort of an interesting detail. Initially, the script had him working on Warhammer miniatures,
Right.
but that changed when Warhammer's publisher refused
Yeah.
commission. They were concerned that associating their product with Felger would like depict the game in an unfavorable light. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I
my
see
gosh.
that.
So
That
the
sounds
props
about
team
right.
created the custom Stargate model and figurines instead. And
Yes.
some fans on Reddit found that the diorama
Yeah.
and sort of general social awkwardness of this character was really relatable, saying that he actually kind of mirrors Stargate fans themselves. So I don't know if that
Oof.
was.
It sounds insulting.
Well,
it's
we
deliberate
can
or not.
appreciate being starstruck by Amanda Tapping, you know? But I've never been...
Terrifying.
They
I
were
have
especially
never
made
got-
for this episode.
The problem that I have with this and like is comparatively with like Big Bang Theory is it's very much like the creepy weird nerd guy that's very obsessive, and it's like it's such a nasty way to label people who are nerdy about things with this kind of thing. There are some people who can be like that, but it's just such a negative stereotype that I don't like.
I want to make a fine distinction here. I think there is a distinction between nervous, anxious, awkward in social situations, and starstruck with buffoonery. And the pants backwards, that's a bridge too far for me. Or maybe two pant legs too far for me. Because it's like, okay, you know when those are not fitting right. But I mean, but Patrick is funny. So, you know.
Well, Patrick did that on the fly, I think, pun
The zip
intended.
fly?
Yeah. So it was entirely improvised, the backwards pants.
Okay.
And
Interesting choice.
it sort of created that kind of awkward scenario of trying to like discreetly fix them with Sam in the room. So a lot of people called it deliciously cringeworthy, which I think is probably the
Yeah,
right
it's
it was
cringy.
uncomfortable. And I love that Sam believes in him, you know? Yes, he's a mess, but he is a brilliant scientist.
He's a brilliant mess.
He just can't be let off his leash.
Yeah. He needs guidance and he needs like support.
Yeah. Did anyone else get the vibe that Chloe is slightly attracted to him?
Oh, 100%.
Did anyone else get that vibe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because she's made a couple of like sort of remarks that she's feeling like he's not acknowledging her, and I kind of got more the sense that he's not acknowledging her in a romantic sense rather than a workplace associate sense.
Well, she's
I'm
brilliant
gonna
and
say
she's adorable.
Something that
She
is no one's going to believe, but in secondary school I had this problem. I have this one friend who I'm still friends with, absolutely beautiful, love her, bestie, and I was always the Chloe. I was always the overlooked person because she was the one that everyone wanted. And there were all these nice nerdy guys I was really into, and none of them wanted me. They wanted the really hot girl.
It's because you probably, I'm sure she's wonderful, but you probably were more interesting than she was.
Oh, let's not fire too many
More
shots.
intimidating.
I love her.
Oh,
so
she's
much.
not here to defend herself. So. I'm sure she's. I have.
You met her in San Diego.
Oh, I did.
Oh, I thought that's who you might be talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
You're the one that said she was beautiful as well, David.
I'm
sure
sure she was, but which one of them am I doing a podcast with?
This is true. Thank you, David.
Okay, so I wanted to say just quickly that if you look closely at the code Sam is writing, is actually the show depicting. I think she's using something called C# programming language, and it's sort of an interesting choice that shows the writers trying to use like contemporary programming languages because it was relatively new when this episode aired, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
It was only a few years old, I think, when this
Well, it makes
episode
sense that they
came
would be
out.
pursuing it then.
Mm.
In the dialing computer. Imagine trying to interface with a piece of alien technology that just responds with some kind of pulses, and you're just throwing stuff at it to see what sticks. And then you break it. I mean, what the heck do you do? You know, there isn't an ancient owner's manual for it anywhere. Maybe
And there's
maybe
no
they find one in
ancient
the
tech support.
right. Maybe the Atlantis database had one, but we never knew.
No.
Now, you know what? I'm going to say the same thing I always say, which is Oma was there and she has touched the computer a little bit and fixed the problem.
Lewis Cox said, "Damn, David, what?"
Firing shots at my best friend.
Oh,
I love her. She's incredibly smart, beautiful, and I love her. That's it.
I can hear the shovel.
it was
Yourself
7 years
bigger
ago.
and
I don't
bigger hole.
remember. Okay. Well, don't stop talking.
I'm not. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't hear. Someone
All right,
talk
so-
to me.
Okay, so you'll notice Martin Wood in a second checking Sila's eye as Felgo rushes past. It's just the back of him.
Oh, so he got beat up again.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Brilliant.
Wasn't he just in a gurney a few days ago? Or in a
Yeah.
medical bed?
He's always in something.
Yes, he was.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he was.
Wow, that must be the quickest puddle shot we've ever seen.
We'll also be hearing Martin Wood again in a second. He provides the voice of Thelas, the Tok'ra that
Oh, he did. I didn't know that. I never knew.
It doesn't sound like him. I think they've got like a
flange.
Oh yeah,
flange on his voice.
Or a warble or a wah-wah. Yeah, those are technical terms.
I know a wah-wah is a guitar pedal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
absolute coincidence. Uh-huh.
A lot of people online were a little bit annoyed that he got all the heat where Sam did technically help him with all the programming and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is his brainchild, so I think that's probably where it stems from.
Team project, absolutely not. It's their baby. Sam should be getting more flack for it.
Right?
Yes. That'd be ridiculous.
I'm not gonna lie, right? SG1 has screwed up like some they've done some bad stuff. I mean, I want to bring back the black hole situation. Awkward. Accidents happen. Chill, everyone.
Yes, but as he says, even Sam's mistakes are perfect.
Yeah,
they lead to other things.
So they're kind of explaining the spread pattern, and several fans have noticed have raised some valid technical questions about the episode's plot mechanics. Like, if the virus scrambles DHD coordinates, then how could the infected DHD successfully dial other gates to spread the virus? And also, like, how does the SGC manage to maintain communication with stranded off-world teams through gates that supposedly don't work?
Yeah. The gate and the DHD are separate things, I would think. So if they're dialing out, they can communicate with that gate, but the DHD can't dial in.
Yeah.
Once they transmit that information to another DHD, I would think it would make that DHD inoperable only. Yeah. So every DHD that they communicated with, they could F up, but it can't. Unless it's designed to connect with that DHD, another Stargate, send the information, and then after that execute the program, like then close and restart it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You got to buy it.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah. So that was Martin Wood, as I mentioned before.
Oh, okay.
I love the way they all go to do it, and the other two come in.
They know what they're doing.
So funny.
It's very cute.
Oopsie. Yeah.
He looks embarrassed.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I mean, when I make mistakes in my work, the first thing I do is don't tell anyone, try to figure it out and recover. And then after I've already fixed it, I then go tell my manager and I'm like, hey, I screwed up, but I fixed it. You're welcome. And then that's it.
Oh, okay. So it's like post-disaster.
Yeah, I tell him after. And if I can't fix it, I then tell him what happened.
When I was at PayPal, there were a few things that you could not do in the PayPal backend once they were done. You could not undo them. You could not reverse a refund when the money had already gone back to a customer, and a couple of other things, like you couldn't undo the refund once the refund had been initiated. And I had filed a dispute and gotten it wrong and refunded the customer when I meant the money to go the other way. And my boss was like, "What are you going to do about this?" And I thought about it as like, I'm going to lock their account. And so they called in. And they're like, why is our account locked up? And there was a note on the file saying what you had to do to get your account unlocked. And they restored it was about $5,000. And so they resent the payment and they got their accounts unlocked.
Nice. So that was a bit of creative problem.
Right. Yeah. There was no other way. I mean, that was the only lever that I could pull on at that point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I've had similar things at my work as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin says certain firmware updates require a restart before they would take effect. I would think, pretty much all of them would, but yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Accessible channels brought up that we can watch this on Discord and share through there. Yeah, we choose not to because we want to try and like support people purchasing Stargate DVDs or like buying it through like Amazon itself digitally or something. So yeah, just doing that. That's why we don't.
Yeah. We encourage you to have your own copy.
Yeah. Or stream on Netflix or whatever.
That's true too.
Yeah.
This day and age, it's pretty easy to get a copy of the show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This gets progressively weirder as it goes along.
I've never done the
here.
paper bag.
No?
I feel like that just doesn't help. No, because if it's like you're just breathing in
carbon
your own
monoxide.
carbon dioxide or whatever.
Yeah.
Silly.
Yeah. Well, you're lowering
lightheaded.
you're lowering the so alkalinity increases the more you breathe in oxygen. So you're trying to increase acidity, lower the alkaline levels. So
So he just mentioned Mr. Hoffman in his example, and that was borrowed from Joe Malozzi's real life high school teacher.
Oh, really?
Brilliant. Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah. To be fair, I've done the like. I don't react like this. If I was him, I would have locked myself in a bathroom and cried for an hour. So
you
At least
have
he's still trying to fix it.
disabled a Stargate network that has
Been around
ticked
forever.
along swimmingly for millions of years.
that's really
That's pretty
impressive. Though. He
extraordinary.
broke it in a really good way.
It is,
like good
yeah.
job, man. Now they know. Like now they're going to figure out how it truly works, and then how to fix it in the future in case anybody else figures out how to screw it up. So.
I wonder if they shot this footage in the revisions episode.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right. It's
Probably.
the same
It's
tree.
the same trees.
It does look like the same tree.
Just rotate them. Rotate the camera. It's a different set of trees.
I love where they're saving money. Yeah, David, you are so right. I think you're right.
It definitely appears to be the same location.
Uh-oh. It's not his virus. It's also Sam's virus.
Aw.
You nit. There we
You
go.
nit.
Anyway.
Of course, he's not going to be
Brown
mad
nosing.
at him.
Oh, gosh.
He doesn't know I'm here.
He doesn't care.
Thank you, Sam.
And now they're stuck. We're about to be taken out by a flying triangle.
Oof.
Uh-oh. Oh, I think Patrick does a really good job in this
Yeah,
episode.
I think he's great.
Is this the episode where Daniel's on the planet that's flooding?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. And it kind of looks like I was trying to figure out whether it looked like he was being like pounded with water in real life, and I think he was.
I bet.
Sorry.
Those are Jack's plans from the fifth race,
Yes, I
along
was gonna
with
bring that up.
the
Yeah.
That's cool.
the actual blueprints for the DHD.
Such a good idea to call that back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Undo it.
Yeah.
Because it's the same, it's like when you create a password, you're using a certain encryption. Like if you can figure that one out, then you should be able to decode all the rest.
Yeah.
Software pirators have been doing the same thing for decades.
So Chloe's math was a little bit off. So she mentioned the number of possible gate addresses, but there's kind of I think there might be a mathematical error. So she includes all 7 symbols as variables, but technically the point of
6.
origin symbol is
Yeah.
always fixed. So they'd only be randomly selecting 6 symbols, not
Yeah.
7, so making the actual total number of combinations smaller than what she claims.
And
Well, we all make mistakes.
and it would only allow for 39 Stargates in the network too. That's always been my issue with it. Because you go on other planets and you see the Earth symbol. You should not see the Earth symbol on other planets.
No.
What was that?
I don't
His
remember.
mobile. What?
Oh, okay.
But,
Oh, it's
sorry,
his
what?
mom.
It was his
Oh,
mum.
yes, it is
So
his mum. Oh, no.
I think, David, you said in your interview with Patrick that your favorite moment was this phone call with
I did?
Felga's mother. Yeah, because it
probably
reveals
lying.
he probably, but it kind of reveals he hasn't received like proper support throughout his
Okay,
life
I
and
was
faces
partially lying.
influences that still like undermine his worth.
Yeah.
Come to our mall extremists for David's actual feelings on
My
episodes of
actual
Stargate.
feelings hidden over here
You
for
want the
14 people
truth?
to see.
Come here.
No, but I really do the love. I do love the scene. Where did she take me? I don't know where I am.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, no, I forgot. Yeah, this is a good sequence.
And this scene kind of does mark a bit of a turning point in how Sam approaches
Yep.
motivating Felga, like recognizing that knowing someone's capabilities isn't enough, like finding the right way to inspire them is crucial.
Yep. Or you could call it emotional manipulation.
A
Yeah, that
combination.
too.
Whatever it takes.
I really struggle to do my work sometimes if I don't have the right kind of motivation. And sometimes
Yes.
I tell my boss, I'm like, I need you to sometimes to have a conversation with me at least once a week to tell me reinforce I'm doing a good job and
Yeah.
kind of remind me how I can be good.
Some
And then
people
he
need
was like-
positive reinforcement.
So he said that a little bit because I didn't get enough love as a kid. But then he said to me, but also, can you just do your goddamn job? And I was like, that's fair too.
Yeah, if you've not been doing that, that is also crucial. So.
I was doing my job, but he was like, I shouldn't have to hold your hand. I'm like, sometimes like, yeah, I need it. So
Yeah. Oh, good point. I'm not perfect
Yeah.
either.
yeah.
Even your mistakes are perfect.
Big brain.
Yeah, they just need to initiate. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yep. Big brain.
These pieces of
He's
technology
guessing.
are pretty sophisticated. I think
Yeah.
if you would have the ability to break one, you have an equal chance of unbreaking it.
Yeah.
Jacob's coming up with all sorts of customer service responses. Oh dear.
See, I think he is actually getting pounded with water because he's got
Yeah.
like droplets dropping from the hood of his rain jacket. And I think it's sort of an unfortunate turn of phrase that he says sorry to rain on your parade while he's actually standing in a downpour.
Right?
I don't know if it was deliberate wordplay or not.
Oh gosh, that does
But,
look miserable. I've never asked Michael
yeah.
about that. I need to ask him when he comes back.
Jacob said, if you wish to travel through a solar flare, please contact our galactic customer support. And then Logwatcher said, please accept all cookies prior to update. Like the online should accept cookies thing. And then Jacob said, I only accept
Aw.
Jaffa cakes. So
Oh, I love
Oh,
that.
that's funny.
yeah, it's cute. I love it.
Kevin brought up interesting something that they reveal later on. Who does Ball have working on the Stargate network right now?
Nerus.
Nerus. That's right.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even
Yeah,
think about that.
that's one of the first things he says. He's like, did Ball not mention that I did that? And then they're all like,
So
no,
like
you never
him.
came up. Yeah, that's so like him.
They told me you were coming. I didn't believe them. I said, I don't believe you. That's my favorite line from him. He could have switched.
So-
He could have switched to flange, and he didn't.
So, David, I think you said again in your interview with Patrick that you appreciated Sam's line about Felger being like a screw up, but also a brilliant scientist,
I guess.
showing that like it's possible to acknowledge like both aspects of a person.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So yeah,
I'm kidding. Yes, I did. Absolutely.
I like that David's like begrudgingly answering this. It's great.
I have mixed feelings about this episode. It's as mixed as a bag of white bread.
Can I just say that I think I said this last time during the other guys, but I think that Felger, I'm really into him. Like I was talking to my boyfriend about it in the car actually. He was like, "Why did we pick people that like weren't our usual thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I like this nerd sad and
Really?
confused. I something about him is just so fumbling and cute and dorky and
Do you want to
adorable.
fix him?
Yeah,
Oh,
I just want
yeah,
to give
she
him a big
wants to
hug.
fix him
I
all
want to
right.
give him a big hug.
I'm sure he's dynamite in the sack, by the way.
Yeah, and instead I've got like a 6 foot, really like, beautiful boyfriend who's got like
Yeah,
a six
Eastern
pack.
European, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh no.
Hilarious. So this scene was filmed at Tynehead Regional Park in Surrey. And I kind of like the symbolism here in the feeding of the non-existent ducks,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
coming right after Felga's like sitting duck comment about Earth's vulnerability. So I think it's like such a perfect visual metaphor for his character, like
I think it's a play
earnestly
on
going through.
his play on his uselessness.
Well, he's
What he
like he's
feels like.
earnestly going through the motions of being helpful while accomplishing nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's just like he's tossing bread to the ducks that aren't there, and his scientific efforts are well intentioned but often miss the mark. So
Mm-hmm. He just needs someone to point him in the right direction.
he
Yeah.
does.
Lockwood
And
just
I
said
think
this is Tynehead Regional Park. Sorry.
yes, yeah,
There you
that's
go.
what I said. Yeah, Tynehead
Yeah.
Regional Park. And yeah, I think Patrick said that that scene really showed his character's vulnerability and emotional stress.
Yeah.
His sense of having failed his heroes and not knowing how to fix the mistake.
I still can't get over the fact
Never
that
good doing that.
they had monitors, back there with actual video playback, and now they've got fluorescent bulbs, and you can just tell, against the wall there with the 6
They've got to
monitors.
cut the budget somewhere. I don't know.
Suppose.
Yeah.
I guess they just needed the monitors. It's the only thing I can think of. It was not us. It was Bocce.
I just
Was good.
Budgie. I just realized as well that I've been like switching between Felga and Felger, much like
They
Jack.
do. Right?
Yeah, it's hard to get it right.
Which is it?
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, like the Millennium Falcon is also the Millennium Falcon, and it goes depending
Falcon,
on the
yeah.
mood.
Well, yeah,
goes,
Harrison always
yeah.
called it Falcon. Yeah, I call it Falcon.
Yeah.
So I'm right.
I say Millennium Falcon because I'm English.
I say Falcon because it's an A, not a U.
Yeah.
Not Falcon.
Yeah.
He's got to go, though.
Mm.
I zadded a Jaffa.
I zadded
So
a just
proud of
one
you.
single.
Things are going to happen. You need to be there to think on the fly.
Mhm.
So, and
Okay,
if
so
there are
apparently-
people coming, like Jaffa coming, you're going to need backup.
Exactly. Apparently, the duct tape that he just packed into his bag is a deliberate nod to Patrick's role in
Yep.
the Red Green show, and the props team sort of planned that visual reference,
Cute.
and they kind of deliberately focused on the tape first.
Of course. Now that's a bag.
That is a bag.
The antivirus.
That might help.
I'd take another copy
Yeah.
just in case he snaps that one in two.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a disc. I wouldn't trust it.
Oh wow, I forgot.
She's going for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
She
yeah,
is. If in case I don't make it back.
So for a brilliant scientist, he's very terrible at chemistry.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I can kind of see a bit of myself in him. So I think maybe that's another thing why I like him so much, because I'm also blind to, like, again, cutting to my boyfriend. I didn't realize he actually liked me, so when he asked me out, we were
surprised?
No, yeah, we were sitting in a car at the train station because he dropped me off after work because we work at the same place. And my train was in 30 minutes. And I said, oh, I gotta go. My train's coming. I waited at a cold train station for half an hour because I didn't know how to deal with someone actually liking me back.
Wow.
Yeah. He thought I rejected him, so he was mad at me for the next few weeks. He didn't really want to talk to me. And I was like, oh, I've really biffed it now.
So this is the Carter special weapon, making its debut in this episode as a practical
Yes.
necessity because of the Iraq War, that had created a shortage of blank ammunition for the show's standard P90 firearms. And I think during
Damn.
filming, Amanda Tapping had a memorable mishap with the new weapon, and she
I was gonna say
accidentally
that.
broke a magazine and jokingly declared herself Stargate Barbie, while acknowledging their fictional peril.
That's funny. Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
no
Did you
choice.
take?
Eh.
I wouldn't have either. This is
Yeah.
our screw up. We've got to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inspired with confidence. I think that's the second time we've seen that now. So the first was Teal'c Interrupted, otherwise known as 48 Hours.
Teal'c Interrupted, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Avenger 2.0.
Hinky.
Something's
Hinky.
hinky.
Yeah. Who could do that? And
Yeah.
why?
So some Reddit fans were impressed by Baal's like rapid response to the virus. They sarcastically noted that the Gwowol sort of managed to identify and rewrite the virus incredibly fast, and then someone else said he's
Yeah.
truly a god.
Right, exactly. Jed Ted says, "What the heck is an aluminum falcon?" Great reference. You get your 7'2" asthmatic ass back here right now. Oh, there's the
Oopsie
lid.
poopsie.
Love the camera panning just to show how alone that they are.
Yeah.
Alone they are.
Extra stranded. Now you got to figure out Baal's math. Well, sorry, Neverus's math.
The rocking of the camera, the nodding of the camera always just takes me right out of it. I'm so glad that that's not a thing anymore.
I never
What they had like
realised
the
how bad that
hands
is.
held thing.
No, it's on a it's
on a crane,
it's
you
on a
can see it.
crane,
Oh,
but you
right,
can
right,
see it
right.
kind of like gently
You can see the
nodding
crane
at
adjusting.
at the actors. So
Oh, okay.
the camera. I used to have that Dell. That's an
Brilliant.
that's an
Did you?
Inspiron. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I used
at
to
my
have a
school,
lot
we
of
had
these.
some of those. We used to have those Dell laptops at our school
Mhm.
in the early days.
Have to swim back home.
Yeah, I was going to say he should probably start building an ark.
Brilliant.
A submersible arc.
He
He wants to get back.
Uh-huh.
Butch and Sundance.
Another Butch and Sundance.
Think Bolivia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did not end well for them. For the moment there, I thought we were in trouble.
No, I was about to say that. Stole my line.
Uh-oh. We're being hunted. And the bush is straight
Think
ahead.
Bolivia.
Yeah.
It doesn't help when you've got those cables like sticking out of the DHD. Big sus.
Mm,
I do like this weapon in Sam's hands. She looks really cool.
she does.
Like, I don't like guns, but I do like action sequences, and this is awesome.
Always got to qualify it.
Yeah. It just feels weird being like, I think it looks so cool, I like the gun, but it's like, oh, bleh.
I'd love to get more information about how they make those sparks. They shoot
Yeah.
some kind of a device that releases them.
Oh,
Man, look at those things fly.
Look at it fly, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. This does feel like very, McKay and Shepard
Yeah.
kind of sitting by some ruins.
It's that relationship.
Yeah.
Just
Who's going to pick up all
With
those
citrus.
shell casings?
yeah, I'm sure Rob Fournier did. I suspect.
Oh, Rob.
Look at them bouncing off of the
part
rocks.
job.
Uh-oh. That's it. Oh, I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Great
seeing this
twist.
thinking.
This is a great
Yeah,
twist.
It is a
I
good
thought
twist.
they were done. I was like, is there going to be a part 2? So
Yeah.
I do like that. Jed Ted said, kind of cool to see the guts of the DHD. Yeah, I like it. It's
Yep.
nice. Every time it pops up, it's always nice.
Kind of pretty.
Yeah. I would really like to have seen some sort of like Jafar impalement or Gould impalement on the DHD when the things open. I don't know why. It would have been pretty cool to see those sticking out of someone.
He does like to duck.
Yeah.
I do like his like desperate hugging of Jack.
Ah.
And RDA like tenses up, like, what the heck are you doing? It's him with his own hats.
Brilliant.
Didn't Patrick say that they did that a few different ways?
I don't know.
He said something about
I
that.
don't think I listened to that bit of the interview again.
You're my hero, though.
To be fair, he's not military. He's gonna be panicked about it. Cut him some slack.
He's a civvy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, don't need that much detail. He just needs to know that it's
you can do the
fixed.
mission report, and he can read that detail later.
Yeah.
I don't think we see this Alkesh again.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
But
But apparently we have one for our fleet. I hope Prometheus's doors are big enough.
We do see it again, but I can't remember
We
right
do?
now. I don't know. It might be crazy. Oh, this. Why do we have to have another one of these?
Right, I forgot this.
I don't like these
it's
endings.
a second parter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that both episodes end like this.
Well, it's sort of kind of an ambiguous conclusion, leaving viewers wondering if he might have imagined these events.
He is imagining this.
Yeah. No, everything.
This part, like everything, but like later episodes do establish that the story was canon.
Did happen, yeah.
Including Reckoning Part 2, like directly acknowledging the gate dialing technique when Carter discusses
Oh,
it
the
with
whole
himself.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't have daydreamed that he screwed up royally.
I know. So yeah, it's just so interesting that
unless
people in the
he
Just
fandom-
this
daydream.
last scene.
Yeah.
I've confirmed that with the writers. So yeah,
Yes.
this is just like the.
But like it's kind of interesting because like several
You can see Jack
Reddit
kinda get up
fans
here.
observed that
There he goes.
without Jay, they would never have defeated the replicators since they wouldn't have known how to dial all the Stargates
That's right.
simultaneously.
Yep. That's it. So people have made the same thing comparison about Wormhole Extreme. It's like, but then we wouldn't have Agent Barrett. So
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
they mentioned the Alkesh in Lost City. This Alkesh? Explain, please, Lockwatcher. Thank you.
So, co-writer Joseph Malozzi himself actually later expressed some regret about this episode, noting that it was one of those episodes he wishes that he could do over.
Really?
But I think
Oh.
generally it was relatively well received. I think it got sort of a moderate 6 out of 10 rating on TV Guide or Dreamwatch or something. And the fan reaction is like so similarly divided, with some appreciating the comedic effects while others felt that it lacked the chemistry of the original appearance of this character.
Fair.
Yeah,
To a
this
degree,
is, in my
yeah.
opinion, this is the weaker of the two.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Yeah. Fan rating
tunes.
6.34 on Gate World. Avenger 2.0. Thanks for joining us.